What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy True Thought here. It's been a while, a couple of days since I've posted a video. I've just had a lot of stuff going on as far as just family and taking care of things. I'm up here now watching the Golden State Portland game. I should be asleep getting ready for work tomorrow. But I'm just going to make a real quick video just dealing with one topic. Things to do or what you should do before you meet with a recruiter. No matter what branch of the military that you are seeking to join, I think you owe it to yourself to get as much information as possible on the options that may be available to you. One of the things that you want to do first and foremost is you want to kind of get an idea of what jobs, what MOSs, excuse me, are available in your branch, whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, what have you. Now I joined the Army National Guard, and so I understand that my MOSs that are available to us are dependent on the state. So you want to go to your state's website. So if you're joining the National Guard, the Army National Guard, you want to go to your state's National Guard website to find out what MOSs are available in that state, so you kind of have an idea as to what's available to you. And you want to get to understand what those MOSs are all about. So read the descriptions, but also look up blogs or discussion boards where people may be talking about those MOSs to give you a little better idea of what's to be expected within those MOSs, to see if that's what you want to do. And it's a very good idea to try to plot out your career in your branch, even if you're not really thinking about serving for 20 years. Still plot it out 20 years in advance. That way, when you're planning or when you're choosing an MOS, you're really choosing the MOS with the mind frame of maximizing on your opportunities in that particular MOS or and in the branch that you're seeking to join. I did a lot of research personally, again through the National Guard website, through the Army website, just getting information on the MOSs, through blogs, through discussion boards, through talking to people who are in the military, looking up videos. So that way I just had a really good foundation on what MOS I really wanted to go into. I knew before I met with, well, not before, but I knew shortly after meeting with my recruiter that I wanted to go into intelligence. I wanted to do something in military intelligence, mainly because of where I live. I live in the DC metropolitan area, and so there are intelligence agencies all over the place. And so I thought that would be an MOS or a branch that will be beneficial to me living in the area that I live in. But make sure you do that. You want to make sure you do as much research as possible, so that way you know what direction job-wise you want to head into. The second thing you want to do is learn all the options that are available to you as far as your benefits, as far as any bonuses, anything that goes along with being a service member. And so, the way it works sometimes, if your job is if your MOS is in high demand, something that your state, again, if you're National Guard or the military in general, is really trying to fill, sometimes they'll offer you bonuses if you sign up for a certain length of time. Of course, you have things like the GI Bill and post 9/11 GI Bill, and you have things like the VA loan and all those other kinds of things. But there are others as well that you want to research, so that way when you're really sitting down talking to your recruiter, you can ask them the questions to see what's available to you. So again, that's just really kind of planning ahead and asking all the questions that you possibly can answer, so that way you can get all the answers that you possibly can answer. Getting all the answers that you possibly can get, I should say. Make sure, again, that you're not going into your meeting with your recruiter blind with no information. Make sure you're not going into a meeting with your recruiter with no plan. Go in with information. Even if it ends up being the wrong information, at least you'll be notified. Your recruiter can let you know that it is wrong, or that it is right, or what's the most accurate. Sometimes bonuses change. Sometimes the availability of bonuses change, depending on, again, what the needs are. Again, and sometimes the benefits change depending on your length of service, length of your contract. For example, if you just sign for 3 years, you don't normally get a VA loan, and some other things. If you sign for 4 or more, then normally that stuff or 6 or more. No, 4 or more. That stuff really, a lot of stuff really comes with it. So again, make sure you get as much information as possible, so that way you meet with your recruiter and you have a plan, and you can, kind of hammer out your plan while you're meeting there, and the recruiter isn't giving you a plan. Again, thankfully, I had a really good recruiter who gave me a lot of answers, who gave me a lot of information to look at, so that way I can make the best decision for me and my family, what I feel like is the best decision for me and my family. Again, I know that everybody doesn't have that same story with their recruiters. Some have had, some recruiters that's misled them and really done them dirty. Mine did not. But at the same time, I was still diligent enough to continue, every time I had to meet with them, continue to come with more questions, so that way I can get more clarity in the direction I was headed into. So I'm just going to leave you with that. Again, when you're meeting with your recruiter, make sure that you have as much information prior to meeting with your recruiter as possible. Even if the information is outdated, at least you'll know what questions you have to help you really plan out what you want to do, and go in, again, even if you're not going to serve the 20 years, go in with the mindset of planning for the 20 years, so that way you're able to really set a course for yourself that's beneficial to you later on in the future. Don't just go into the meeting saying I'll take whatever, because they'll give you whatever if that's the case, and you may or you may not like it, you may or you may not regret it. So for me personally, I would rather go into the meeting with enough information to make a decision, that if I end up not liking that MOS, at least I can say, well, I wasn't misled. I didn't walk in deaf, blind, and dumb. That I made that decision. That's on me, and I'll understand how to better that situation at a later time. So again, hopefully this has been informative to someone. Please share my video. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well, so that way I can continue to help people and people can continue to help me. Alright, thank you very much. Peace.